We out here in the garden, getting it. We out here harvesting okra. Real quick, I just want to show you how to harvest some okra, right? When y'all see an okra like that, I got gloves. All I got is gloves, a pair of scissors. You can use a knife. You can even do it with your hand. But I like the scissors, and I have a bag so I can carry it in. I already did a roll and a half. And you simply go under. You simply find the okra. You find the stem that it's on, and you simply put your scissors, cut it kind of close to the okra, because you don't want a bunch of stem, right, when you get in your okra. And sometimes you might be lazy to cut the okra again, and there you go. That's your okra. That's how you harvest it. You put it in your bag, and you're good to go. Blank. All right, y'all. So let's get to harvesting some okra. Since y'all here with me today, let me see some tips and tricks. Some tips. Can y'all hear me? Some tips and tricks on how to harvest okra. Um, tip number one. Tip number one on harvesting okra, you're gonna want to have gloves. Woo! You gotta have a pair of gloves on, man, because the okra has a protective substance on it. I think it's called glycopol. I don't know. It got nice fine hairs, and woo wee. If you let them touch you, get that juice up on you, oh man, you gonna be hurting. Your skin is gonna be irritated. So you're gonna be like, and it gives like a very scratchy feel. So gloves, really very important, is a pair of gloves. You can see the like almost watery substance that comes off of it. And if you even look closer, you can see like the really fine hairs that kind of like lay on your skin. And it's very irritating. So gloves is gonna be one. Lamb. And yep. Alrighty, on to number two. Tip number two for when harvesting okra is you're gonna want to wear a hat if it's hot outside. Golly, bruh, I forgot my hat today, and I'm over here burning. I'm over here burning. You think that the harvesting part is rather the easy part, the part that you kind of don't have to really like get into. But the harvesting of okra is honestly way harder than the planting. Once you till it, you're good. But once you're out here and you got it planted, you're gonna be out here for 2 to 3 hours. Sometimes picking okra. Right now, I got 10 rows, and I'm currently out here for 15. I mean, not 15, an hour and a half picking okra, yo. So definitely, tip number two is have a hat. What's good, family? Is have a hat when you're sitting there picking your okra. Word. So back again. Tip number one, get you some gloves when you picking okra. Tip number two, have you a hat on. It's hot out here. Tip number three, have your water. Have your water, boy. Boy, you hear that dryness right there? Nah. But have you some water. Have you hydration when you're out here. You gotta need to have that because it is, or at least usually when you're growing okra, you're in hotter climates. And to sit there and be out here all day, be out here for a few hours picking okra, cutting it. They have this protective substance on it that's scratching your skin. Make sure you have sufficient amount of water to sit there and pick your okra. Word. That one's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. What are we on? Tip number four? Tip number four when picking okra is a pair of scissors, yo. You want a good pair of scissors. People use knives. I've seen people use knives. I've seen people just pick it straight. You can do that. Let me see if y'all can see me just pick it straight. When the younger, I feel like it's harder to get off. I kind of pull back and then just do a little twisting, and then you can kind of pop it off. That's another way to pick your okra. And I find that to be way less efficient. You have to actually grab the okra. Once again, it has those protective substances on it that irritate your skin. So I would recommend grabbing a of nice pair of scissors when you're harvesting your okra, yo. Yep. So let's go back over it again. Tip 1, you're gonna want a good pair of gloves. Tip 2, you're gonna want a hat to protect you from the sun. Tip 3, you're gonna want some water to keep you hydrated. Tip 4, you're gonna want a good pair of scissors or a really sharp knife. Let me see. Tip number 5. What's tip number 5 when we out here harvesting all this okra? Oh wait, this one is gonna be before actually you plant the okra. This one, oh, my battery dying. This one's gonna be for what you do, man. This one before you do the okra, right? Before you sit there and plant the okra. Tip number 5 is to plant landscaping fabric. You're gonna want to put that between your rows because okra is it's very tall, upgrowing, but there's still gonna be a bunch of weeds between the rows while it's growing. It still allows for a lot of space to weeds to grow that can choke out and halt your progress of your okra. So you're gonna want to get some landscaping fabric. That's gonna be tip number 5. And you can get landscaping fabric. You can get cheap landscaping fabrics from places like Walmart, Dollar General, and Lowe's, and those are very efficient. Those are I had those on those rows down there. They aren't as good as like a Tractor Supply. Now that would be a Tractor Supply. I hope y'all can see that. That's like a very hard plastic. You hear what I'm talking about? What's good, family? Thank y'all for all popping up in the comments. Please hit that like button, show some love, hit that subscribe if you like what you're seeing. But yeah, that's gonna be tip number 5. And you can get that. You can get the hardware cloth, or not hardware cloth, but like, what do they call it? Plastic covering, plastic ground covering. You can get the plastic ground covering from Tractor Supply. You can even order it, you know. So that's gonna be tip number 5, is to get you some landscaping fabric so you don't have to worry about weeding, you know. And when you're walking through and in between your okra, it's not, the grasses ain't slicing all your leg, slicing you up. You hear what I'm talking about? That's gonna be tip number 5. You know, what's up, everybody coming in? We over here picking. If you just came in, we over here picking my okra out the garden. I got 10 rows of okra. I'm already on row 3 of the smaller rows, and we're about a quarter bag through. We'll probably fill up a bag. This seems like it's gonna be a lighter day. I haven't watered the garden very efficiently within the past month, so it's kind of just been growing on its own. But that's really how I want it, is to minimize workload, and that's really to minimize my time on the farm. I don't want to be here all day worrying about watering and, you know, checking out, babysitting the plant. Really, you know, that babysitting the plant is for gardeners who have like 1, 2, 3 plants. You know what I'm talking about? So that's gonna be that. Favorite variety of tomato. What's that gonna be? It's gonna be the smaller ones. I think it's Romanian. The smaller ones, because they grow faster and you get more usually bang for your buck. With the bigger tomatoes, you tend to have more opportunities than to get rotten or eaten that. You have to watch more pest control. So yep. Alrighty, we're on tip 5. Tip 5 for cutting garden. Once again, let's go over the tips real quick. Tips for garden, for harvesting okra. How to harvest okra is, you're gonna want a pair of gloves. You're gonna want a hat to cover up. Sorry for that camera angle. You're gonna want a pair of gloves. You're gonna want a hat to cover up from the sun. Stay hydrated. A good pair of scissors or a knife. Keep you don't have to grab every single okra and pull them off. You know, once you get these few rows of okra, you'll be picking, you know, hundreds of okra each day, every time. And I wouldn't want you